This one is called Fountains. Maybe I like it because it's still new to me. A sound of nature I guessed was electrical malfunction, later mistaken for animal sonar, hunted, afraid. I finally slept a little longer. It seems new, this world without the waxing of resentment, without the build-up in the ears. But that's not language I hear from another room. Not English, not even a thumb in the eye of English. I say, even as we long to be young again, we know it wouldn't go better, might be worse, or worse, the same cowardice and mortification, misdials and strung out dawns, same pickets fencing the bed down the middle, the old wanting of love in the daylight, a girl's shaved legs glistening like a plastic wrap, her little bush damp with melting frost, her navel a stethoscope hovering over my lungs. It's hard to judge the efficacy of doubling the dosage. I did sleep longer than usual, but don't feel rested. I've taken some drug every day for 50 years. The kid behind the counter puckers as she reviews my license, slaps her shoe back up to her heel, asks me to sign. The days are shorter, but heat seeps through the walls where my heart races and slows and speeds up again. Heat gathers in the top of the closet by the trap door. The rasp shaves swollen wood and a tiny groove in my knuckle. With pressure, the bleeding stops. The door opens and closes. It's just a 6-foot ladder, but sight blurs and thought dribbles when it jiggles, and I miss the little earthquake. Dark, rank sweat like a nightmare. When I wake, the timer has the lamp burning, the TV the way I left it. Light pours onto whatever moves across the yard. One winter was so bad, the deer ate holly leaves that scratch like cat claws. After a turbulent visit, my brother flies home to another time zone, dozing over the ocean, syncopated heartbeat. Sirens from across the parkway, through the foliage, a blue pulsing like bathing trunks, caught on a nail in the pier.
Well, that was amazing.
Dave has a closing poem for us, and before you read, Dave, thank you so much for doing this. It's been fun, it's been enlightening, and really really glad that you came on board to do it.
Well, thank you for being such a good interviewer and good series of questions that made it easy for me. So, and thank you all.
Thank you.
Everybody. This is a poem that I took to a one-day workshop with the late Len Roberts, and this was at the Manioc Roxborough Arts Center when I just started going there. I wasn't even a member at the time, but Len was just terrific anyway, and gave me a lot of good suggestions for this one. The poem is, just real quickly, the idea came from an NPR interview with the widow of Charles Mingus, the great jazz composer and bassist. She had written a memoir of their experience with trying to find a cure for his ALS, his Lou Gehrig's disease, which didn't succeed, but they tried a variety of things. And the poem is called So Little, So Much Time. When Mingus went to Mexico, out of the broken shadows, into the vibrato of sunlight, trying to beat the long odds, the thing that cut Lou Gehrig down. Did he hear the sound of a bass being sawed in half like a tree, the body of a giant on the ropes, at brief rest before bowing to gravity. If hands could move fast enough, would they at once caress a wife, scrape the barnacles from a manuscript, grasp the bow with a flourish in a fist? Will having so much left to do send me in search of bitch's brew, or rifling the leaves, looking for still waters, sanctuary, loopholes? Recently, I've heard Dolphy's memorial horn drifting out of the Atlantic, the taradiddle of wings close by at dusk, and a rusty hinge, a gull's call, trapped and echoing beyond the boardwalk. And all that doesn't urge me to much more than scratching an itch, extra messages left on machines, a bit more attention when clouds go dark.